大家好, welcome back to EduP Level Videos. We are now at lesson 31.2, the last lesson of the lesson series, which is about song poetry. Remember, it's song poetry, not song poetry. Okay, song here is a noun. Okay, song here is a Chinese pronunciation. Alright, so in this lesson you will learn about song poetry. Okay, it is different from time poetry, and in this lesson you appreciate one song poem. Alright, let's get started. So song poetry is based on a music piece, and it has fixed number of words in a verse, and each verse it can have different lengths, and the authors are required to fill in the words according to the tonal rule and the rule set by the music piece. Okay, so the song poetry, it is made to be played in a song. Okay, so the title of the poems are based on the title of the music piece. Okay, to differentiate each different poems, we do have ways to separate them, so it won't be that confusing. And the length of each music piece varies. Okay, it has a very long one, sometimes it is a shorter one, depending on the music piece. It's more like a song, but there's only notes being written, and it has the music piece. It has a certain rules to the tones and the number of words that can fit in a verse, and the verse can be long and short, and authors are just to fill in the lyrics. Alright, so it sounds very abstract now, but as I go into the example, you'll understand more. So the poem I wish to introduce you today is 水调歌头. Okay, so 水调歌头 is the title of the music piece. Okay, it can have many versions of 水调歌头, but in this poem we look at the one written by Shu Shi, okay, a famous poet from Song Dynasty. And the first verse that he wrote is 明月几时有. Okay, so this is part of the title to differentiate his version of the music piece and the other authors. Okay, so 水调歌头 is translated as water melody, and the rest is the first verse, so which I will explain later, so I'm not putting it down here. So this is the full text. I won't explain everything in this lesson, but it's just for you to look at the whole poem. Each verse, it has different length, and it has in other music piece, it has different number of verses. So the poem starts from here. The music piece starts from here. The first line over here is like a pretext. It is like the introduction to the poem that he is writing. So it's just to say when it was. So it is in mid-autumn of a year, and he was drinking until it's dawn. So he's in a very happy state and pretty drunk actually. So he wrote this poem to memorize a friend called Ziyou, to record that his sentiment for his friend. There it goes, the full text, but I said I'm not going to introduce the whole thing, but I'm only going to introduce you the first sentence and then the last sentence as well as the second last, because these are more famous and being used in many contexts. Okay, so this, as I said, this is a music piece that is being played back in ancient Song, and for now we don't know how it's played, but it is being incorporated to popular songs as well. So if you are interested, you can search the title of the song into a YouTube video, let's say, and then you will see how it's being sung. Okay, so let's look at the first sentence. So the first sentence is 明月几时有, which is written in the title of the poem as well, part of the title. So 明月, bright moon, 几时, when, 有 is like having. So it's like when we'll have the bright moon. So the first verse is just a question, when will the bright moon be there? When will we have the bright moon? So the answer, so the poet posed this question, and then he said, and this is the action that he did, 把酒问青天. Okay, he raised the cup and asked the blue sky. So the only new word is 酒. 酒 means alcohol. This is the pinyin 酒, and the radical is this one. The arrangement is horizontal because you have left and right components. Let's look at how to write 酒. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 strokes for this word, 酒. So 把酒问青天 is to take the alcohol and ask the blue sky. Okay, 青, as I said before, it means green, but in ancient Chinese language, old Chinese language, it can mean green or blue. Okay, in this case, it means blue. Most contexts most likely in ancient Chinese language, it means blue when it says 青. So 把酒问青天 is to take the alcohol and ask the blue sky. And of course, the alcohol is usually in a cup. Okay, it's not like glass as in Western country, but it's more like a cup, a small cup. So that's why the translations there, I raise my cup and ask the blue sky to know, because he wants to know when he can have the bright moon, right? So that's the first sentence. Okay, we'll go to the second last. Okay, so it is 人有悲欢离合. It means life has sorrows, joys, parting, and reunions. So quite a few new words. So 悲, it means sad or sorrow. This is the pinyin 悲, and the radical is this one. So the arrangement is vertical because you have top and bottom component. The component is the radical itself. So let's look at how to write 悲. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 strokes for this word, 悲. The next word is 和. 和 means together, close or fit, and the rest. So in this context, it is more of together. All right. This is the pinyin 和, and the radical is this one. What's at the bottom there? The arrangement is vertical. Let's look at how to write 和. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 6 strokes for this word, 和. So the whole sentence, 人有悲欢离合, it means like people have sadness, joy, parting, leaving, and also reunion. 悲, as I said, it means sorrow. 欢, you have learned in 欢迎, it means like happiness, joy. And then 离 is to leave. Okay, 离开 means to leave, and 和 means together. So life has ups and downs. We have sorrows, joys, parting, and reunion. The next verse is 人月有阴晴圆缺. The moon has dark, bright, wax or winged faces. So the new word here is yuán. Yuán means circle or round. This is the pinyin, and the radical is this one. What's wrapping outside there? The arrangement is complex because the radical is wrapping what's inside there, and the inside, it has top and bottom components. Let's look at how to write yuán. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 strokes for this word, yuán. This word is 缺. 缺 means flaw, or sometimes it means a lack of something, or vacancy, basically just lacking of something. This is the pinyin 缺, and the radical is this one. What's on the left there? The arrangement is horizontal, because you have left and right components here. Let's look at how to write 缺. 1, 2, 3, 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, 10 strokes for this word, 缺. So 月有阴晴圆缺 is to say the moon has dark, bright wax or wanes. So yin, as you have learned before, is more of like cloudy day. Qing is when the clouds are removed. Yuán is like the full moon, so wax. And que, it means that it has the flaw, which means that there's shadow on the moon. So it's the wane phases. So just like human, the moon also has the dark, bright wax or wane phases. So the next one, 此事古难全. These problems has been this way since ancient times. Okay, let's look at the new words first and I'll explain what it means. The first one is 此. 此 means this. This is the pinyin. The radical is this one. The arrangement is horizontal. Let's look at how to write 此. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, 6 strokes for this word, 此. This word, 此, is very widely used in formal texts. It is derived from the ancient Chinese language, so this is the same word as 这, but this is more likely to use in formal or old Chinese language contexts. And 古, 古 means ancient. This is the pinyin 古, and the radical is this one. The arrangement is vertical. Let's look at how to write 古. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, very easy one. 5 strokes for this word. This is 难. 难 means difficult, and this is the pinyin 难. The radical is this one, what's on the left there. The arrangement is horizontal because you have left and right components. Let's look at how to write 难. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, 10 strokes for this word, 难. 此事, it means these things. Okay, 事 is you have learned like this events or this issue, and in this context it means like problems, because you know, like people have, our life has ups and downs, just like the moon, it has ups and downs. So it's been like this since ancient time. 古, it means like ancient time. 难 is like it's difficult, and 全 is like everything is good. Okay, so since the ancient time, nothing has been perfect every time. 全 means like all, but as you have learned, it has the meaning of safetyness as well. So 全 is like having everything together in one piece, like everything is smooth all the time. These problems, since ancient time, it is difficult to be perfect all the time. Okay, so it's been like this since ancient time. It's always been exist for anyone in the world. So what can we do about this? He ended with an optimistic tone. He said, 但愿人长久. It means I hope for longevity. We'll look at the new word first. So the new word here is 但. 但 means but or however. This is the pinyin 但, and the radical is this one. The arrangement is horizontal because you have left and right components. Let's look at how to write 但. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 7 strokes for this word, 但. 愿 is to wish. Okay, this is the pinyin, and the radical is this one. What's at the bottom there? The arrangement is vertical. Here's how to write 愿. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. 14 strokes for this word, 愿. The last one is 久. 久 means long. Okay, this long is only used for time. Okay, not for distance or space. It is used only for time. Okay, this is the pinyin 久, and the radical is this one. The arrangement is simple. So this is how to write 九 1 2 3 3 strokes for this word 九 To say 但愿人长久 但愿 is just together as a word, so dan doesn't really have the meaning of but or however here, but 但愿 together it means wish or hope. So 人长久 it means like people can live a long time. Okay, in other words, he's just hoping that people can live for a long time, hoping for longevity. All right, let's look at the final word, final sentence. 千里共婵娟. So he said he hoped for longevity for what? 千里共婵娟. It is to mean to appreciate the full moon despite the 1,000-mile difference. Okay, so 千里, it means 1,000 mile, it means a long distance. Okay, it has a similar notion as the first tongue poetry we just learned. Okay, 千里 just means 1,000 miles, which means just a long distance. It doesn't really have to be exactly 1,000 miles. Okay, so 共婵娟, 婵娟 means moon. Okay, it's a beautiful way of saying the moon. Okay, 共 means like to share. Okay, so it's like despite that we have 1,000 miles difference, that we have 1,000 miles in between us, we can share the moon, which means we can appreciate the full moon together. All right, so this is a very romantic way of saying that I'll miss you. Okay, like I hope that you live long enough, so whatever the distance is, we can share or appreciate the full moon together. Right? It's amazing, right? So that's why that I insist that I include this lesson so that you understand what it means to appreciate the beauty of Chinese poetry. It has a lot of romanticism in it. Okay, so whenever you meet a friend and then you appreciate it, and sadly you have to part, you can always say 千里共婵娟. We'll appreciate the full moon together, and I hope for longevity too. All right, so there are 2 new words here, but I'm not going to introduce them because they are very specific term for moon. Okay, it's hardly ever used in other contexts. It is commonly used in names, but not in daily usage. So I'm not going to introduce these 2 words to you. Plus, you can always refer the tones and the pronunciation here, 婵娟, and it should be intuitive enough to know which one is the radical and what type of arrangement it is. And by now it should be pretty easy for you to figure out the order of strokes, because you have learned how to write the individual radicals here, right? So that's the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you have appreciated the beauty of song poetry and learn about the famous sentences from the poems. And of course, you have learned a number of vocabulary, including alcohol and some other words such as wishes, hope, long sadness, reunion, and the rest. So that's all I wish to tell you in this lesson, and really thank you for following my lesson so far. And the next one I will go into review because I'm gonna pause the lesson for now. So in the future, if you have more questions to ask, I can always make another video for it. But in the next one, I just want to review your learning so you will understand how you can further your study in Chinese. All right, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. 谢谢，再见。